Let's get into it. Syracuse women's lacrosse back in the NCAA tournament. Syracuse charged into 2023 like a lion, but lately has been looking awfully similar to a lamb. Before the Orange take on the Blue Jays in the NCAA tournament, let's reflect on the drastic turn of the tide that has SU treading water.
The Orange mob their goaltender, and Syracuse takes the opener 16-15 over Northwestern.
For Syracuse women's lacrosse, it seemed like the good times would never end.
2 games in the 2023 season for Syracuse women's lacrosse. 2 wins, 2 top 5 wins, and the first win over Maryland in the Dome in 8 tries.
Goliath slays David yet again. The final score from the Dome, Syracuse 22, UAlbany 5. Kaylee Trainer's squad marches on, now 5-0 in its quest for a national title.
Unmatched, unfazed, and still undefeated. Syracuse enters the den of the reigning champs and emerges victorious. It finishes in Chapel Hill, number 1 SU 14, number 5 UNC 12, a new program record 15 straight victories for the Cuse.
W's were gained and records were set.
Whistle blows, we are underway, and Mashevsky has it. That's 300 draw controls in her career.
Syracuse, a 9-7 victory to move to 8-0 on the season. The program record for best start.
Megan Tyrell sits alone on top of the Salt City as SU's all-time points leader.
Tyrell's milestone put the unbeaten Orange into a good mood in the regular season finale, but with less than 3 minutes on the clock, Boston College spoiled the party.
That's 3 unanswered goals for the Eagles. It's a tie ball game here at SU Soccer Stadium. It's 15-15, 6 minutes to go. A sea of defenders comes, she shoots, and finds the right side of the net. It's a goal! McKenna Davis gives BC its first lead since 1-0 early in the first quarter. BC plays the disruptor and doesn't let Syracuse finish the regular season undefeated.
After the sudden spell of losing, Megan Tyrell tried to diagnose the problem.
I mean, I don't think so. I feel like there's just like a lot more work to do, especially like team-wise. Like, you know, we have a lot of postseason ahead of us hopefully, so that's kind of where my head's at right now.
While team leaders like Tyrell searched for solutions left and right, head coach Kayla Trainer didn't have much of an answer either.
Overall, I'm proud of the team. I wish that, you know, the score was different at the end. I wish we came away with that.
Knowing that in games, especially ACC, it's so competitive, they're going to make runs, we're going to make runs. So like when that momentum shifts, I guess just trying to combat that and like make that stop or score a goal to kind of stop the bleeding a little bit.
Being all in and having each other's backs, and I think this team's going to go far, and they're determined, and we're going to get it right.
And if the finish to the regular season wasn't bad enough, the ACC tournament arrived and North Carolina went for the jugular.
Shot score! And it's Marissa White who makes it 7-0 North Carolina. Feeds from the right side, gets it back to Humphrey. Deja vu, this time it goes. And one thing is always true this time of year. Depth, taxes, and North Carolina finding itself in the ACC title game. Syracuse doesn't come close to playing Kingslayer in the Queen City to the 6-time defending champs. UNC gets its record 20th tournament win in a row, 15-9 over Syracuse.
That's a pair of losses in the last 3 contests, but Syracuse is still ranked number 2 in the land. So is a 15-0 start enough to justify such a high placing after the recent collapse? That's not for you or me to speculate, but for the athletes to prove. SU meets the crossroads between history and infamy right here, right now. Time ticks away before the first venture into the NCAA tournament for the Cuse in 2023 and the first ever meeting between Syracuse and Johns Hopkins. And we're going to take our first ever break here on Orange Women's Warm-Up in this show, so stay tuned for more Syracuse women's lacrosse coverage in a bit.